What's up, fam? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and in this one we're gonna be taking a look at David Dobrik's new camera app called David's Disposable. We're gonna see if it's any good. I went out and I even did a photo shoot with it, so we're gonna see if it holds up in real life too. But I'm gonna show you guys the app, and then we're at the end of it, we're gonna find out if this app is even worth using. Is it worth the space on your iPhone? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's dive in. All right, boom, here we are on my home screen. Please judge my apps. Please judge them, I don't care. Roast me in the comments. But here is David's app. So as you can see, you actually have to turn it sideways. So let's go ahead and just give that a little flip, because disposable cameras, you know, they are sideways. And as you can see, you have this really fun sort of viewfinder right here, which is interesting because when I gave it to my friend to take a photo of me, she actually tried looking through it like a complete idiot. So that was actually pretty entertaining. It's pretty straightforward. You have your flash button right here. You can turn on and off. I recommend always keeping it on. And then we have your gallery, which we'll get to. But the only other function on this camera is the trigger button, as you can see right there in the corner. If you hit it, boom, see, it just kind of takes a photo just like that. And there's some kind of fun dialogue on the back of the camera. This is what the gallery looks like right here. And oh crap.
Diarrhea? New pedo diarrhea?
Let's take a look at the fun, cool, unique features of the app, because he's doing something with this app that I think is very interesting and very important. So if you look, whenever you take a photo, it shows up as a undeveloped roll of film right there in the corner. And so what happens is that no matter how many photos you take, you can't look at the photo until 9 a.m. the next morning, which is so cool. And I'm gonna be completely honest, this is my favorite feature from the entire app, is the fact that it operates like a disposable camera. Like, you can't see your film photos when you take a photo of it. So with this, you can't see them to the next day, which I think is awesome. It makes the experience of a disposable camera feel like a disposable camera. And that's probably one of my favorite features of this app, besides the actual aesthetic of the app. Because I think the next question is, do the photos look like a disposable camera? Boom. All right, here we are in Adobe Photoshop, and I'm gonna start at the beginning. So I went to a farmer's market with my friend Sophia, and I thought, you know what, let me just take this camera out and have a good time and just see what these photos look like, right? Here we are started, just a shitty feet picture. This is her taking a photo of me. Doesn't really show much yet about the camera. Here's a full body of me looking real good. Here's her looking real confused, but even though she looks very stupid here, you can still kind of get like the vibe of what the aesthetic of the camera is. So let's keep going. This was some dude's dome, got away my photos. But as you can see, the colors in this, it kind of desaturates it and brings up, I think, like the mid-tones. Here's some vegetables. Here's some more leafy greens. Here's her face. And so I think this is important because a disposable camera, normally the way the aesthetic is you're going to be using it at night with the flash on. And that is probably the most important factor, is what does it look like in a dark setting with the flash. So here we are in a coffee shop. And of course I'm leaving the flash on, and that's her ugly mug. This is my beautiful mug. And I actually really love the aesthetic here. Like, if you look at the aesthetic of this photo, this actually feels like a film photo. So far I think that the aesthetic of this is actually doing really well. Now, as someone who is a professional photographer who shoots a lot of film, I think this camera hits the mark with the aesthetic of looking like a disposable film camera. I really love it. It's definitely something that I will try to use, but let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll give you my pros and cons, because although I'm saying all these good things, there is one or two things that I think severely hinder this app, and I think it's worth mentioning. So let's go ahead and get back into the screen recording of the phone so I can show you. So let's go ahead and talk about the biggest defining things about this camera app. So I love everything about it. I think the concept of letting you develop your film later is cool. I think the fact that it's only $1 to buy the full thing and not get ads.
New pedo diarrhea?
I think the aesthetic is really cool as well. However, there's one major problem with this camera app, and it is the layout of the actual disposable camera. There are two things that I think that would make the experience of this app just really good, and perhaps two things that won't make me use this app. So the first thing I'm going to mention is the size of the viewfinder. Like, I get it, like that's kind of the gimmick. It looks like a disposable viewfinder, but it's a little too small. Like, you can see it, you know, and like you can see everything, but it still just kind of feels like I wish it was bigger, you know. Like, I'm kind of straining to look at it, but it still works, and I hadn't really thought much about it using it in the field, but looking at it now is what I'm thinking. But the big thing, which I think is a big downfall of this app, is the placement of the flash buttons. If like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's down here. Like, I guess you're watching the screen recording, but it's in the lower right hand corner. And when I'm taking a photo, like, especially with one hand, like if I'm taking a selfie photo, or like if I'm trying to like do anything with my friends, I really wish that the button positioning, I wish it was just moved up. If it was moved up here to where your right finger naturally sits, it's kind of awkward to hold it and like have it be on the bottom. So I guess at the end of the day, like, it's kind of like a two-handed app, right? Kind of weird. The final question is the app trash? Did David Dobrik make a trash app? And to be completely honest, the app low-key bangs. The app low-key bangs. I can't hate on it. It's actually a really dope app. It's really dope app. Besides some of the user interface functions, the app is cool and it has a nice aesthetic. So, guys, that being said, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the review of the King of YouTube's app. Until next time, guys. See you later. Peace.